Well, good morning. It's November. It's getting cold. As you can see, I'm sitting by the fire on an early Saturday morning, and I've had a number of people ask me about how do I winterize my boat. Well, I have two boats. I have my Sea Hunt Gamefish, and I'll show you what I do with that. And then I also have a pontoon or a tri-toon boat as well. And I live on a lake, and I have a dock, so I keep my pontoon in the water most of the year, and I keep the Sea Hunt Gamefish up on my boat lift. And then in the wintertime, which just recently I took my Sea Hunt out and put it on the trailer, I moved my pontoon over to the boat lift and I raised it out of the water. So I'll tell you what I do with both of those boats in this short video about how to winterize. So stick around and let's get right to it. Hello, my name is Barry. This is Adventures and Stuff. It's all about our traveling adventures, outdoor fun, boating, boat maintenance, fishing, working on things, and just living life. I hope you'll join me. Please subscribe if you like this type of content. Hit the like button if you enjoy the video, and hit the notification bell to be notified of new content. You know, here in South Carolina where I'm located, we don't have tons of freezing weather where it stays freezing all day long. So these outboards, if they're out of the water, keep the motors tilted all the way down so any coolant water in the engine will drain out. If you keep your boat in the water, keep the foot down so your motor's all the way in the water. Here I have a full T-top boat cover for my center console. Covers the entire boat, the sides and everything. Underneath, back here in the back where the engines are, it acts like a air intake where air gets sucked up in there, goes through the whole boat and comes out under the T-top, just like the T-top acts as a chimney. So it keeps your boat nice and dry inside. Now here's the logo for T-top boat covers. That's the particular brand I have. I highly recommend it. It's an excellent cover. Now, just like on my pontoon, I keep both my engines trimmed all the way down on my center console to let any water drain out. The other thing you always want to do is when you have your boat on a trailer, take that plug out of the very bottom and leave it out in case you get any water in there. You don't want any standing water in there and you have a hard freeze. If you have a pre-check list when you get ready to put your boat back in the water, make sure the first thing you do is put that plug back in. You don't want to put it in the water with the plug out for sure. So the main thing I do with my boat as far as winterizing is I winterize the freshwater system, and this is the type RV antifreeze I use. You can find it at Walmart. It's very inexpensive. Now my boat has 3 caps on it for different types of liquid. This is the gas cap, and I say this because I've seen videos where people put gas in their rod holders or something. Make sure you're putting the right thing in the right cap. This is my wastewater removal cap, and I'll show you more about that in a moment. And this is my freshwater cap. Make sure you put fresh water in this only. Don't accidentally put gas in there or put water in your gas tank. It sounds crazy, but I've seen it happen. Now when we're working on winterizing your freshwater system, the first thing you do is cut on your house battery, which cuts on all these switches, and then you locate the one that says fresh water on my boat. I push that button right there, and that charges the freshwater system. And then I'm coming over first and I'm going to work on my mister, so I find the mister button and I push that in, and I'll start hearing those pumps and I'll hear the lines filling up with water. Okay, the next thing I do is I want to make sure I got the proper antifreeze up in the T-top, because I have these misters. Here's one right here, here's one right here, and here's one back right here. So I've done this already, but I'm just going to show you what I do. So you take a clear plastic cup, it's the easiest thing. If you got somebody who can help you, you can just hold it over there. You can use like painter's tape. I've done this before. Take a piece of painter's tape. If you have fingernails, just take a piece, and you get the idea. You can put it over the cup and then tape the cup up to the top to hold it in place. And then when you put your misters on, it'll start squirting water down here, and the water is going to be clear. But then all of a sudden the antifreeze is pink. So the antifreeze, once it circulates, it'll start coming through here and you'll get a pink liquid in your cup. So you can see the pink liquid in the cup. I know it's got antifreeze in it. That's why I use these clear cups or semi-clear cups. All right, so you got 3 little holes right here. They're on the starboard side of your center console, right above your courtesy light. So what happens when you first cut the misters on, if they've stocked up a little bit, or sometimes when they build up pressure to start working, water will come out of here. So you want to make sure that's done too. But you don't want that pink antifreeze all over your boat. At least I don't. So I always just put a rag down here, and it might run out and get on your rag, and it keeps them from draining all the way back in the back of the boat. And that takes care of your mister system. The next thing you want to do is make sure you got antifreeze in your freshwater shower. You pull it out and you spray it. And we see pink liquid coming out, and get pink liquid in your cup. So you can see the pink liquid in the cup. I know it's got antifreeze in it. So you just pour that out. The last thing you want to do is make sure your head has antifreeze in it, and this is how you do that. As you can see, we have a nice little porcelain head with the holding tank right underneath it, and so you definitely want to take care of it as well. We don't use our head only in cases of emergency. Usually it's a female that might have to go to the potty or whatever, so it doesn't get used very often. You know, you have a macerator on this boat, and there's a valve that's inside the console, and it's actually down here under my cleaning bucket. There's a cover that you take off, and you just reach your hand in there, and there's a valve you just turn on to do that. But you open the valve up, and it can pump waste water out through the hole in the bottom of the boat, and I'll take a picture of that in a minute and show you that. So if you're not familiar with this, you can see on the side of my boat, on the port side, right at where the trailer bunks come in, there's a brass fitting under there. That's where the wastewater comes out. Now keep in mind, you have to be 3 miles offshore in the ocean before you expel any waste through this particular hole in the bottom. So make sure you abide by the rule. We want to keep our water good and clean and safe. Or there's a pump out station on the side. And it's actually, the pump out is on the starboard side of the boat. You can see where the console is. It's right here on the starboard side, right on the gunnel. And it's denoted by that symbol on top, if you can see that. And you pull up to a marina, and they have a pump out station. You put a hose in there, and it just sucks the wastewater out of your system. But here, let's look in the head. As you can see, there's pink water down in there. You push the foot pedal. You can see you can push the commode down, and pink water flows in there. So you're putting antifreeze down in the holding tank, which is underneath the toilet, as well as inside the toilet, which is a great idea. And I just sometimes just run water through mine and run the macerator while sitting here on the trailer. If there's no waste in there, just regular water, just because I always have it prepped ready to use in case of an emergency. Here on the panel right to the left of my regular wash down, you'll see the macerator switch to the left right there. Once I'm done doing it all, I come back and I've run the antifreeze through all of my systems. I cut the fresh water off, and I'll take my freshwater shower and just let the pressure off of it, let it drain out so water's not sitting up in there. And that's all I do. You can take this head unit off if you want. Just don't let your hose go underneath there. You have to go take some stuff apart to get it back out. But that's all. Hey guys, if you like this type of content, please subscribe to this channel. It helps me out. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified of future videos. And really importantly, like the video if it helped you, and share it with your friends, and please make any comments. You know, about right now you should be seeing a couple other videos pop up on the screen on my channel. Check those out. One of them's boat care tips, and until we get to do this again, get out on the water, I hope you have a great rest of the year, and I have a couple saltwater videos coming up, saltwater fishing videos that is, coming up very soon, so check those out if you would. You take care, thanks again for watching, and see you on the water again soon.